What makes a man a man? In my view, real men are those awesome masculine warriors who we can respect and admire, not some depraved and degrading Neanderthal who has sex every other second. A real man is someone you look up to and aspire to be. This list contains characters that all have qualities of a real man in my eyes. Same rules apply, only games I've played and only one per franchise. Let's begin. Alucard is an interesting character. Even though he's part vampire, has incredible abilities, has perfectly good motivation for wanting to rule the world, and is fully capable of taking over the world, he still chooses the human side of himself and vows to stop Dracula from taking over the world, and succeeds. Twice. They say absolute power corrupts absolutely, but apparently Alucard is the exception. But it's strange. Why does it feel weird to put a vampire on a manly characters list? I just can't put my finger on why this just doesn't feel right. Nope, I got nothing.
But you must always remember that the only thing necessary for evil to triumph is for good men to do nothing.
A lot of people have told me that in Halo 3, Master Chief goes through character development. You probably know my reaction. I sighed, but in the spirit of fairness, I tried Halo 3 again. And now that I'm older, okay, I kinda see some characterization going on there. If you look really close at his subtle movements and from his interactions with Cortana, you really see some of the emotional stress he's trying to hide. It's like if Samus was less vocal throughout Other M. So, Master Chief is manly, at least from my point of view.
You know me. When I make a promise.
You keep it.
Brawl was great. It had a lot of flaws, but it still got a few things right. But one thing I forgot to mention in my rant was the biggest thing that bothered me was they took out Roy! How dare they remove this manly guy? He had two kingdoms trying to kill his father suddenly became ill, and his fate is linked with the entire continent. In spite of all this, he keeps a level head, stays positive, and does his best with what he's got. Roy is a brilliant strategist and bases all of his strategies on preserving every troop. They say the best warriors are the ones that hate war, something Roy does quite nicely. But he's lower on the list because his manliness, it's very dialogue-driven. Dante from Devil May Cry is honestly one of my favorite video game characters. He has a likable personality, loves pizza, completely fearless, loves pizza, has great style, loves pizza, destroys everything in sight, loves pizza. Okay, I'm hungry. Hang on, I'll be right back. Now, where was I? Oh yeah, Dante actually has surprisingly high moral standards. He refuses to kill humans despite his demonic background, is always willing to do things for the better of the world instead of himself, he has a strong sense of justice, and he even shed some manly tears after losing his brother who tried to kill him. Oh, and why is his hair brown in the new Devil May Cry? That was almost as stupid as making Sonic's eyes green in Sonic 4. In case you didn't notice, that was sarcasm. In the end, Dante is manly, brown hair or not.
Quite frankly, at first, I didn't give a damn. But because of you, I know what's important now.
Believe it or not, this one is from Final Fantasy of all games. Y'all know how manly those characters are. Take a guess who it is. Nope. Nope. Oh heck no! This character is from Final Fantasy IV, which actually has a lot of manly characters. But unfortunately, I've got the one per franchise.
Get on with it. Yes, get on with it!
Okay. It's Cecil Harvey, yikes. Now this is a real man. Cecil Harvey is loyal, respectable, and the thing that really surprised me about him was his integrity. And it takes some real manliness to forgive someone who betrayed you. even in Dissidia, where they wussified every single character, Cecil still commanded a lot of respect without seeming arrogant, and still had emotional development without seeming too insecure. Take notes, Titus. Oh, shut up!
If all you have is power, you are powerless!
One thing I enjoy about certain characters is when they have a dark past, but they don't shove it on others with their brooding. Case in point, Dante Feld. You would never guess this guy was motivated by revenge because of his attitude. Thing is, I'm shocked about how much emotional stress this guy goes throughout the game without letting it damage his sanity. His best scenes come from when he has the perfect opportunities for revenge, but he ultimately makes the right choices. It takes a real man to let go of anger and revenge. Heck yeah! Bang Shishigami. Besides the awesome name, the fact that he's a ninja, he has an awesome song, he's actually pretty manly. He has moral standards, a sense of honor, he's actually willing to admit he's made mistakes and learn from them. He's very impulsive, although whether that's a good trait or a bad one is open to interpretation. He even seems like he would make a good parent because of his caring nature. Something's weird about this guy's voice though. I can't decide whether his voice is awesome or stupid.
There are two things in this world that I just cannot stand. Lies and evil and lies and bell peppers!
Oh, come on, Snake had to be on this list. And why not? He has so many qualities that I admire. He's courageous, dependable, looks like Chuck Norris, always ready to do whatever it takes for the good of the world, including crawling through a freaking microwave tunnel. The list goes on and on. The only thing that really bothers me about him is his self-worth, meaning he doesn't hold himself in high regard. Hello? You saved the world! On more than one occasion! That would certainly make me feel good about myself. Still, you're manly, and Raiden could certainly take some lessons from you.
There's no right part in murder. Not ever. And we're not in this to make a name for ourselves.
This guy started out completely unlikable. He began as a brat who just had sex with women every other day.
Afraid to handle things yourself? Your sister seemed quite satisfied with the handling I gave her earlier.
But then, tragedy strikes, and he is forced to grow up and mature in a very short amount of time. There is a huge difference between the Ezio in the beginning and the Ezio in the end. He values his comrades highly, respects they have skills he doesn't, and is actually very humble. But the one thing that keeps him at number 2 is that he was only in one game, where number 1 had an entire trilogy to flesh the character out.
Killing you won't bring my family back. I'm done.
Speaking of which, we should probably recap before we hit number 1. Number 10, Alucard. Number 9, Master Chief. Number 8, Roy. Number 7,
Pizza.
Number 6, Cecil Harvey. Number 5, Dante Feld. Number 4, Bang Shishigami. Number 3, Solid Snake. Number 2, Ezio Auditore da Firenze. Alright, in my opinion, the manliest character in video game history is the Prince of Persia. How can you not look up to this guy? He is incredibly well developed. In the first game, he starts out as a spoiled, selfish, pretty boy, but his interaction with Farah softens him to become an actual caring and dependable person. This is mainly seen with his conversations with, himself.
Here I am, risking my life for her again. And why? Good question.
He then becomes a bit of a lunkhead in Warrior Within, but it's understandable because, well, 2 years of being chased by death itself with little super rest will make you a little grouchy. In Two Thrones, he undergoes slow development to a good person again from his conversations with his dark self.
I think a true warrior fights for something other than himself.
And what of the man that battles to better his own station, to improve his lot in life? Often it is the only way to achieve greatness.
But what you describe is not a man. It is a monster.
Right here is the scene that sealed his spot at number 1.
You are right. I have been like a child, naive and arrogant, always rushing to undo my mistakes, never facing the consequences of my actions. No more. I accept what I have done, and all that it implies.
That is manly. It's almost like the entire Prince of Persia series was the prince's journey to manhood. I'm the Fiery Joker, and he's definitely a better man than this Nean.
I'm just a sweet transvestite.